Good evening. Tonight we have a special exhibition match between student quizzers from Glasgow and Strathclyde universities. Last time we saw these two teams locking horns was at the conclusion of Glasgow University's inter-society quiz. On that occasion, a strong finish put Glasgow on 235 to Strathclyde's 135 at the Bugle, despite the Glasgow team seemingly falling asleep towards the latter half of that match. More recently, we saw this Glasgow team, however, on University Challenge taking on King's College London. Kings got the win, but there were only 15 points in it at the gong, and this lot proved strong on astronomy, African politics, and demographics. Let's hope they've been brushing up on their English geography. With an average age of 22, let's meet the Glasgow team.
Hi, my name's Erin Thompson. I'm 22 years old and I've recently graduated with a BSc in physics.
Hi, my name's Nikki Fairbairn. I'm from Ayr on the west coast of Scotland and I'm studying for a PhD in chemical physics.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm Sean Cairns. I'm from Clydebank and I've just graduated with a joint degree in film and television studies and theatre studies.
Hi, I'm Darius Dorulis, originally from Lithuania. I am now studying for a PhD in nuclear physics.
More recently still, we saw the Strathclyde team taking on Reading University in the highest scoring match of the tournament thus far. That match didn't quite go their way either, but they were strong on French geography and New Orleans in fiction, although they appear to share their predecessors' knowledge, or perhaps lack thereof, around rap music. Hoping to make it 1-1 tonight, and with an average age of 23, let's meet the Strathclyde team again.
Hello, I'm Nicholas. I'm from Potsdam in Germany, and I'm studying for an MSc in data analytics.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm from Denny, and I'm studying for a PhD in chemical engineering.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm Martin Monaghan. I'm from Partick Bridge Street, and I'm just finished a master's in physics.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm from Glasgow, and I just finished my master's in aerospace engineering.
Okay, you all know the rules by this point. Starter questions are worth 10 points. You answer those solo on the buzzer. Get those right, your team will get a chance to answer a set of bonuses worth 15. Interrupt a starter question incorrectly, and your team will lose 5 points. I'll pass the rest of the question over to your opposition. Okay, fingers on the buzzers then. Here is your first starter for 10. Once having remarked that you should, quote, never trust a man who, when left alone in a room with a tea cozy, doesn't try it on, which comedian...
Strathclyde lad.
Billy Connolly.
It is indeed the big in himself. Very well done. And first bonuses then to Strathclyde. They are on the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. Which synonym for a microbe was the name of the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood's periodical, which ran for only 4 issues between January and April in 1850? Ford Madox Brown and William Holman Hunt made significant contributions to it.
A microbe? Is it like a virus or something?
Yeah, bacteria, or I don't know.
Germ.
Germ could be germ, yeah.
Germ.
It is indeed the germ. Very well done.
One.
The Girlhood of Mary Virgin, Prosperine, and Beta Beatrix are paintings by which founding member of the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood? His sister Christina is best known for writing the poem The Goblin Market and the lyrics for the Christmas Carol In the Bleak Midwinter.
No.
Pass.
That was Dante Gabriel Rossetti. And lastly, which British designer, poet, novelist, and founder of the Socialist League, born in Walthamstow in 1834 and associated with the arts and crafts movement, was heavily influenced by the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood? His wife, Jane, had an affair with Dante Gabriel Rossetti, and he is now best remembered as a designer of wallpaper and furnishings.
That's William Morris, isn't it?
Yeah.
William Morris, isn't it?
Nominate Laird.
William Morris.
William Morris is correct. Very well done. Okay, another starter question. Borrowed from the Latin word for of or belonging to an island, which adjective is used by linguists to describe languages such as Irish, Gaelic, and Manx, or Faroese and Icelandic? In more everyday speech, it can be applied to one who is narrow-minded or unwilling to accept foreign people or...
Glasgow Derulis.
Isolate.
No, I'm afraid I'm going to have to fine you 5 points.
Yeah. Sorry.
Accept foreign people or ideas.
Strathclyde lad.
Zeno?
No, it's insular. 10 point mistake for this. Okay. Known partly for his analytical study of folk music and founding the fields of comparative musicology and ethnomusicology, which Hungarian pianist and composers work.
Derulus, Glasgow Derulus.
Bartok.
It is indeed Bella Bartok. Very well buzzed indeed. And a set of bonuses now for you. They are on Scottish settlements and places whose Gaelic names differ significantly from their common English names. For 5 points in each case, give me the common English name of the place I describe. Firstly, formerly a whisky distilling region in its own right, Cian Loch Killicairn is located on the is located on the Mull of Kintyre and is better known by what present-day English name?
Is that? Oh, damn it.
It is.
Sky, but
No,
come on.
Wait.
Tobermory.
Okay, sure. Tobermory?
No, it's Campbelltown.
Oh.
Secondly, having caused a bit of a stushy on Twitter last year surrounding Gaelic place names on road signs, which West Highland town's name in Gaelic and Garriston literally means the garrison.
West Highland. It's not going to be like Fort William, is it?
I might actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Forry.
The English name.
Forry.
No, it's Fort William.
Damn
Right,
it.
the first time.
Yeah.
And long since abandoned, which island archipelago, and very isolated at that, has the Gaelic name Horst. The largest settlement, Ambala, was located on the main island of Hirta. The last permanent population was evacuated in 1930.
Is this the anthrax? Where did they put the anthrax?
That's what I thought.
Oh, that was. Is that not Keith? Was it Keith?
Come on.
Okay, nominate Fairbairn.
I'm guessing Keith here based on the anthrax.
No, it was St Kilda. There wasn't
Kilda.
any
That's
anthrax in
Kilda.
St Kilda.
No, I had it. Shit.
Okay, 10 points at stake for this. Fingers back on the buzzers. With which organic chemical functions in the brain and body of many types of animals as a neurotransmitter used at the neuromuscular junction? It is the primary neurotransmitter of the parasympathetic nervous system and has nicotinic and muscarinic receptors.
Strathclyde Lad.
Dopamine.
Nope. Somebody buzz from Glasgow.
Axion.
No, it's acetylcholine. 10 points at stake for this. Fingers back on the buzzers. In 1997, the USS Yorktown was put out of commission and stranded at sea for 2 hours following a computer failure when a software flaw allowed one crew member to unwittingly perform what action? A mathematical impossibility that the computer program couldn't.
Glasgow Derulus.
Divide by 0.
It was indeed dividing by 0. Very well done for 10 points. And you get a set of bonuses on organelles in eukaryotic cells, Glasgow. In each case, name the organelle from the description given. Firstly, for 5 points, part of the endomembrane system in the cytoplasm. It packages proteins into membrane-bound vesicles inside the cell before the vesicles are sent to their destination. It resides at the intersection of the secretory, lysosomal, and endocytic pathways.
I can't blank anything. Got anything?
Yep, anyone?
Yeah, it's
No.
nothing.
Eukaryotic. I don't know.
No, I don't think we have it.
Nope, it is the Golgi apparatus.
Okay.
Secondly, with many important functions such as protein folding, this organelle takes the form of an interconnected network of flattened membrane-enclosed sacs known as cisternae in this organelle's rough variety and tubular structures in its smooth variety.
Sounds so familiar.
Yeah, it does. But
Is that not it takes place in the endoplasm
Yeah.
reticulum?
Come on.
But
Come on.
Okay, endoplasm reticulum.
Endoplasmic reticulum, I'll accept that. Very well done. The double membrane-bound organelle known as the powerhouse of the cell. Lastly, its function is to supply
Mitochondria.
It is the mitochondria. Very well done indeed. We are going to take our first picture round. For your picture starter, you are going to see the flags of 3 African nations who all gained their independence in the same decade and from the same country. For 10 points, I want both the decade they gained their independence and the country they all gained it from.
That's Glasgow Cairns.
France, 1960s.
Nope. Somebody buzz from Strathclyde.
Strathclyde Lad.
Is it Germany in the 50s?
It is not. It is Portugal in the 1970s.
Yeah.
Okay. Picture bonuses in a moment or two on another starter. In the meantime, fingers on the buzzers. Historically considered a branch of botany, mycology is the study of what kinds of
Derulus. Glasgow Derulus.
Fungi, mushrooms.
Fungi or mushrooms is indeed correct. Very well done. Okay, you get the picture bonuses then, Glasgow. You'll recall that you saw the flags of 3 countries that declared their independence from Portugal. For your bonuses, you're going to see the flags of 3 more sets of African nations, all of whom gained their independence in the 1960s. For 5 points in each case, I simply want the country they gained their independence from. Firstly, for 5, these countries.
Well, that's the Côte d'Ivoire
France.
there, so I'd imagine France.
So France, yeah.
Yeah.
France.
France is correct. Secondly, these countries.
Is that?
Is that Namibia in the bottom?
Yeah. So Germany.
Yeah, Germany.
No, that was the colonial powerhouse that is Belgium, the bottom one there being the DRC. And lastly, these 3 countries.
Okay, it's the Germany thing.
Yeah, because that's Kenya.
That's Nigeria,
so UK.
Yeah, so it's UK.
The UK.
It is indeed the United Kingdom. Yes, Nigeria, you recognise there. Very well done. Okay, fingers on the buzzers, and here is another starter question. What boy's name of Hebrew origin, meaning peace, links a novel by Toni Morrison, an island state whose capital is Honairi, and
Glasgow Cairns.
Solomon.
It is indeed Solomon. Very well done. 10 points and a set of bonuses now for you. They are on a literary character, Glasgow. Firstly, which character escapes an island prison hiding in a body bag that was intended for Abbe Faria? He is the title character of an 1844 novel who pursues revenge against those who caused him to be imprisoned on Chateau d'If. This character is also alluded to throughout the 2005 film V for Vendetta.
No, it's Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah, the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
Will they just accept that? Yeah.
That is Dante something. But yeah.
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Yes, I can take that. Edmond Dantes.
Dante, yeah.
The Count of Monte Cristo is a novel by which French author,
Dumas.
also known for The Three Musketeers?
That's Dumas.
Dumas.
It is indeed Alexandre Dumas. And lastly, the corrupt banker Danglars conspires with Mondego to frame Dantes for being as being sympathetic to which military leader of the early 19th century?
Napoleon? Yeah.
Napoleon makes sense,
Seems
yeah.
French, early 19th century. Yeah, Napoleon.
It is indeed Napoleon Bonaparte. Very well done. 10 points at stake for this. Fingers on the buzzers. The Three Lochs Way is a 34-mile-long footpath in Scotland linking Balloch to Inveruglas and crosses the Highland boundary fault separating the lowlands from the Highlands. It is named for, surprisingly, the 3 major lochs linked by this route. Name any 2.
At Strathclyde Kirsch.
Lomond and Linney.
Nope. Somebody buzz from Glasgow.
It's Glasgow Fairbairn.
Is it Acre and Drunkie?
No, it's Loch Lomond, the Gairloch, and Loch Long were the 3 lochs there.
Oh.
Another starter question. The Harps and Kepler missions are primarily associated with search for what kinds of objects? Doppler spectroscopy.
Strathclyde Land.
Exoplanets.
Exoplanets or extrasolar planets is correct. Very well done. Okay, Strathclyde, you get a set of bonuses of 15 now. They're on plays by Shakespeare that were turned into operas. In each case, give me the opera from its description. All operas are by the same composer. Firstly, an opera based on the Merry Wives of Windsor and parts of King Henry IV. The roguish title knight attempts and fails to woo 2 married women for their husband's money. It was the composer's final opera.
Is it Falstaff?
Nominate Kirsch.
Falstaff?
It is indeed Falstaff. Very well done. Secondly, a collision of politics and marriage and a violent love triangle spell murder and suicide for all involved, including the title character, a Moorish general. Rossini also wrote an opera for this particular Shakespeare play, which is set in Cyprus.
Oh, could
The
that...
title character, so
Much Ado About Nothing, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but who was the title character? I only know Denzel Washington played him.
Oh, if it's title character, it won't be.
The opera is... No, it's Othello. And lastly, an opera that in its chorus includes nobles, attendants, and 3 witches.
Oh, that would be Macbeth then.
Yeah.
Macbeth is correct, yes, and the composer was, of course, Verdi. Okay, 10 points at stake for this starter question. You may have heard of this man's, quote, odd complex. His name appears in Freud's Index, or so the Tom Lehrer song goes. Originally the story of which play by Sophocles the First in the Theban cycle, in which the title king...
Glasgow Cairns.
Oedipus.
Yes, Oedipus Rex, the Oedipus complex is what we're looking for. So 10 points, and you now get another set of bonuses, Glasgow. 15 points at stake, and they're on historical feats of engineering. Firstly, a military engagement that took place in 52 BCE during the Gallic Wars, which siege and battle was one of Caesar's greatest victories. It's most notable for dual lines of fortifications used by Caesar to face off both the defenders and a relief force.
Sean, was that the Battle of Alesia?
Could be.
Yeah,
It's
I
52
clue.
BC.
Yeah, nominate Fairbairn.
Battles of or the Walls of Alesia.
Alesia is what I'm looking for,
Yeah.
yes. Secondly, at the time of its construction, it was considered the third longest suspension bridge by main span in the world, nicknamed Galloping Gertie, which bridge in Pierce County, Washington, dramatically collapsed due to aerostatic flutter in July 1940.
Oh, yes.
Oh
Some
damn.
engineers.
That was Tacoma Narrows Bridge.
Tacoma Narrows.
Narrows.
It is indeed the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Very well done. And one of the final events of the First Jewish-Roman War, occurring from 74 BCE to 73 BCE, which siege took place around a large hilltop and was notable for the construction of a giant siege ramp, which is still there to this day.
Is it Jewish-Russian war? I missed that.
No, Jewish Roman war.
Oh,
Is it
massive hill.
Jericho? Because it's got like over the walls.
Oh
Come
yeah.
on.
Okay, sure. Nominate Thompson.
Jericho.
No, it was the siege of Masada in present-day
Yeah,
Israel.
okay.
Okay, we are going to take our music round now. Okay, for your music starter, you're going to hear the theme tune from a classic BBC sitcom. For 10 points, I simply need you to name the sitcom this theme comes from.
Us.
Oh, Strathclyde lad.
Is that Yes Minister?
It is not Yes Minister. Glasgow, you can hear a little more if you like.
Oh, Glasgow Thompson.
Fawlty Towers.
It is Fawlty Towers. Very
Thank
well
God.
done indeed.
I was debating that with Blackadder.
Yeah.
Okay, for your music bonuses then, Glasgow, you're going to hear 3 more theme tunes from classic BBC sitcoms. In each case, simply give me the programme in question. Firstly, this sitcom first aired in 1968.
Oh, Dad's Army.
Oh, that's
Yes, yeah. Dad's Army.
It is, of course, Dad's Army. Secondly, this programme that first aired in 1975, starring Richard Bryars and Felicity Kendall.
Is that the Good Life?
Okay, sure. The Good Life.
The Good Life is correct.
Hey.
Very well done.
Nice.
And lastly, this satire sitcom starring Paul Eddington.
That's like not gonna Satire. Oh, this could be Yes Minister. Actually.
Yeah.
Satire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yes Minister.
Yes, Minister is indeed
Yeah.
correct. Very well done indeed. Another starter question then. Fingers back on the buzzers. The subject of the Acarnanians and Peace by Aristophanes, which war of 431 BCE to 404 BCE established Sparta as the leading power in Greece, whilst
Glasgow Cairns.
The Peloponnesian War.
Peloponnesian War is, of course, correct. Very well done. Okay, Glasgow, you get a set of bonuses. Now, they are on painkillers, identifying the following drugs from their descriptions. Firstly, give me the common name of acetylsilic acid. It's a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug used for pain, fever, and inflammation, and may also be used to reduce the risk of heart attacks long-term in those at high risk.
That's aspirin.
Yeah, it's just
Aspirin.
aspirin.
Yeah.
Aspirin is correct. Secondly, the usual name of acetaminophen, used to treat mild to moderate pain and fever. It's often paired with a decongestant, phenylephrine hydrochloride.
Is this?
Paracetamol, cocodamol.
Is it not Tylenol?
Yeah.
No, Tylenol
uh,
is the
I've
brand
said
name
it
for
now.
Is that the brand
paracetamol, is
name?
it not?
Oh,
Tylenol, I've said it now.
It's
So
paracetamol, I'm
paracetamol.
afraid.
Yeah,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
lastly, the common name for 3-methylmorphine, an opiate used to treat moderate pain and coughing and diarrhea. It is found in the sap of the opium poppy and is commonly abused.
So-
More?
Oh, that's
Opium.
Morphine?
opium.
Yeah, that's a form of it.
Come on.
isn't it? Morphine.
So
No, it's
codeine.
codeine.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
Okay, 10 points at stake for this. Fingers on your buzzers. Answer promptly. Which Group 11 element appears in the title of 3 separate James Bond films?
Us.
Oh, Strathclyde lad.
Gold.
Gold is indeed correct. Golden eye, gold finger, the man with the golden gun. Okay, Strathclyde, you get a set of bonuses. See if you can get on a roll with these. They're on noms de plume. Which 19th century British female author of Villette wrote under the nom de plume Currer Bell? Come on, do you know the name?
Pass.
No, it is Charlotte Bronte. Secondly, how was the 18th century writer and philosopher Francois-Marie Arouet better known? He was known for his friendships with Frederick II of Prussia and the French philosopher and mathematician Émile du Châtelet.
It's Voltaire.
Voltaire.
It is Voltaire. And how was the 19th century English novelist Mary Ann Evans better known? Author of Silas Marner and Romola.
That's Thingy Eliot's dead. Oh no, what's the guy's name again? Fuck.
Come on.
T.S. Eliot.
No, not T.S. Is it T.S. Eliot? No, it's not.
Answer.
There's George Sart as well. That was female.
Just
No, I'm going to tell you,
Eliot.
it's George Eliot. 10 points at stake for this. Fingers back on the buzzers. Which ancient city dates from the Ubaid period, circa 3800 BC, and is recorded in written history as a city-state from the 26th century BCE? Its first recorded king was Messinanapada. A famous Neo-Sumerian ziggurat was built in the city in the 21st century BCE.
Glasgow Derulus.
Babylon.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Full question over to Strathclyde, no conferring. And a royal game is named for this city, a version of which is on display at the British.
Strathclyde Ballantyne.
Ur.
Ur is indeed correct. Very well done. Okay, you get a set of bonuses then on an adjective, Strathclyde. What four-letter adjective does the Romanian French theatre of the absurd playwright Eugene Ionescu use to describe the titular soprano of his 1950 play?
4 letters.
Deep.
No, it's bold. Night on a Bald Mountain is a series of compositions by which composer, whose other works also include the piano suite, Pictures at an Exhibition?
No idea.
That's a bit, I don't know.
Chopin, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Just
Come
Chopin.
No, it's Modest Mussorgsky. And who is the grandfather of Charles the Bald, 9th century Holy Roman Emperor and King of Italy and West Francia?
Well, the grandfather, I think, was Charlemagne, wasn't it?
Probably Charlemagne, yeah.
Yeah, Charlemagne.
Charlemagne is correct. Okay, we are going to take our second picture round now. So for your picture starter, you're going to see an illustration of the Capitol from a classical column. For 10 points, I want you to name the order of classical architecture to which it belongs.
That's Buzz.
Corinthian.
It is indeed Corinthian.
Thanks.
Okay, so 3 more classical columns for your bonuses, Strathclyde. In each case, name the order of architecture to which they belong. Firstly, for 5.
It's not Doric, it's the other one.
I don't know the other one.
No, Athenian. I don't think it is, but
Athenian.
No, it was Doric, I'm afraid.
it was, no.
Secondly, this one.
no idea.
Try that other one again that you said.
Athenian then.
Athenian.
No, that's Tuscan. The non-fluted column body gives it away. And lastly,
That
Is
was
that like? Yeah, that look. No, yeah, you might go with
Athenian.
no, that's Ionic there.
I think that was the other one.
Another starter question, fingers back on the buzzers. Quote, few spak it then and now there's nane. My poor old sayings la other lane. There's sense that ains was brawn plain tinta together. These words from the macker to posterity are by which Scottish novelist, poet and...
We got Strathclyde Cash.
Robbie Burns.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Full question over to Glasgow. And travel writer, he is perhaps best known for works such as The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Treasure Island.
That's Glasgow Thompson.
Robert Louis Stevenson.
It is indeed Robert Louis Stevenson. Very well done. Okay. Bonuses on SI-derived units for you, Glasgow. In each case, give the SI-derived unit as defined by the International System of Units from the SI-based unit equivalent. Firstly, which SI-derived unit is defined as kilograms, meters per second squared?
Joules?
Kilograms. Is it not Newtons? No, Newtons. kilograms meters
Newtons.
per second.
Newtons is correct.
I think
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
Secondly, kilograms meters squared per second squared.
So
second.
that's weight times.
Joules. That's joules. That's
Okay,
joules.
joules.
Yes, it is indeed joules. And finally, kilograms meters squared per second cubed.
So that's energy times time. So
Energy.
oh,
Power,
energy divided by time.
Power. Oh, wait.
What?
So a watt? Watts?
Watts is
Oh,
correct.
velocity,
Very
yes.
well done. Okay, another starter question. Fingers on your buzzers again. The Angulioris, the Therisorius, the Zygomaticus major, and the Zygomaticus minor, and the Levitator labii superioris are all muscles involved in which human function? When the
That's
Duchenne
Glasgow
version...
Cairns.
Smiling?
Smiling is correct.
Yeah.
Very well done, Glasgow.
Nice.
And you get a set of bonuses now on world cities associated with particular sporting teams. Firstly, for 5 points, which British city is associated with a basketball team called the Eagles, a rugby union team called the Falcons, and a football team called the Magpies.
Oh,
Oh.
the Magpies are
that's
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
It is Newcastle. Secondly, which German city is associated with an ice hockey team called the Eisbären and football teams called Union and Hertha.
Berlin.
Berlin.
Berlin is correct. And finally, which Australian city is associated with a rugby union team called the Rebels, a rugby league team called the Storm, an Australian rules football team called Richmond and nicknamed the Tigers, and the cricket ground known as the MCG.
That's Victoria. No,
Uh,
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Melbourne is indeed correct.
Melbourne's the city Victoria's.
The imaginatively named Melbourne Cricket Ground. 10 points at stake for this. In 1937, which country redesigned its flag to distinguish it from that of Haiti after realizing at the 1936 Summer Olympics that their flags were out?
That's Glasgow Thompson.
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein is correct.
Hey.
Very well done.
Nice.
Bonuses for you now are on the Canadian Men's Curling Championships, commonly known as the Brier. Firstly, for 5, Brendan Botcher won the 2021 Canadian Men's Curling Championships, representing which province? The furthest west of the Prairie provinces. It is responsible for about 70% of all oil and gas exploited in Canada.
Alberta, right? Alberta.
Is Alberta a prairie province? I don't know.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Alberta.
Alberta is correct. Which
Nice.
coffee and donut chain has been the championships title sponsor since 2005?
Presumably Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons, yeah.
It is Tim Hortons is correct. One of the 4 players to have 4 championship titles as a skip, who is the only one to have won an Olympic gold medal. He won it skipping the Canadian rink at the 2010 Olympic Games in Vancouver.
I don't think we know this. Pass.
Pass.
That is Kevin Martin. 10 points at stake for this. A little over 2.25 minutes left to go. Which American engineer gives his name to the observation that the number of transistors in a dense integrated circuit doubles approximately every 2?
That's Strathclyde Ballantyne.
Moore.
Moore is correct. Very well done. And you get a set of bonuses now. They are on UK Prime Ministers. Firstly, for 5, in which Commonwealth country did Harold Macmillan give his Winds of Change speech in February of 1960, having first made the same speech in Ghana of January that year?
It might be South Africa. I don't know.
Yeah, go for it.
South Africa.
South Africa is correct. The television historian Dan Snow is a great-great-grandson of which UK Prime Minister, the final Liberal to hold the post? He died in Wales in 1945.
David Lloyd George.
Yeah.
Come on.
David Lloyd George.
Lloyd George is correct. At what age did William Pitt the Younger become PM, the youngest person ever to hold the post? James Dean died at the same age, whilst the same number also names an American TV drama starring Kiefer Sutherland.
24.
24.
It is indeed 24. 10 points at stake for this. Fingers on the buzzers. Just about a minute and a half to go. In 1820, Maine and which other state were admitted to the United States? Both were admitted at the same time, and the compromise name for the other state sought to preserve the balance between free states and slave states.
Was
That's Strathclyde Led.
Tennessee.
Nope. Somebody buzz from Glasgow quickly.
Glasgow Cairns.
South Carolina.
No, it was Missouri. 10
Missouri.
points at stake for this. Answering as soon as you buzz. Give the Oxford English Dictionary spelling of the word soliloquy.
That's Glasgow Cairns.
SOLIQU.
Nope. Somebody buzz from
Strathclyde Monaghan.
SOLL.
Nope.
Nope.
10 points at stake for this. Fingers on the buzzers. One equal temper of heroic hearts made weak by time and
Strathclyde Led.
Ulysses.
It is indeed Ulysses. Very well done. You get a set of bonuses now. They are on the French Revolutionary calendar, running from late October to late November. Which month of the French Revolutionary calendar takes its name from the French word for mist?
Broom.
No, it's Brumiere I was looking for. Running from late May to late June. Which month in the French Revolutionary calendar takes its name from the French for meadow?
Sean.
No, it's Prairial. And finally, running from mid-August to late September, which month of the French Revolutionary calendar takes its name from the Latin word for fruit?
No idea.
Nope, I'll tell you, it's Fructidor.
Yeah.
10 points at stake for this. Fingers on the buzzers. The fourth, fifth, and as the bugle sounds, Strathclyde at 110, at Glasgow at 195. Well, Strathclyde, you put in a damn good performance there. 110 is a very good score against such stiff opposition, but oh well, it's not really for anything at the end of it. Glasgow 195 is a terrific score. Very well done, making it 2-0. You can be very proud of yourselves there. Don't know when we will see these two teams coming together again, but we might well do in the near future. So until then, it's goodbye from Strathclyde University Quiz Society.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from the Glasgow University Quiz Society.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.